I was sick and tired of having terrible dates.
I've tried other dating websites before and could never find a match.
Honestly, I was about to give up. Never in a million years did I think I'd ever find him.
Well, with GiveUpAndSettle.com, that can all end today.
Hands down the best dates I ever had.
They sent me more matches than I could ever need.
They showed me the way, and I finally found him.
Here at GiveUpAndSettle.com, we believe there's someone in the world that is perfect for you, and we're here to help you get over the fact that you're never gonna meet that person.
We hate each other so much.
I can't even look at him because I hate his face. We're not even gay.
And we both are.
With our highly advanced matchmaking system known as the Personality Aptitude Placement Enrollment Research by Algorithmic Groupings, also known as Papier-Bog, we will find you a near-to-perfect match within seconds.
I searched gamer and girl and got a 50% match.
I hate snakes, but I did ask for a man that was charming.
I was always into the shy and quiet type, and that's exactly what I
I
got.
type in how smart, successful, good looking I am on other dating sites and still never found a match. First try on GiveUpAndSettle.com, perfect match.
I typed in black girls as my preference, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best speller. So I wasn't surprised when I showed up to my first date and saw nothing but a black girl.
I'm not picky. I just asked for the hottest match they could find. Our love will continue to burn brighter than ever. Nothing wrong with Black Matt. She's still smoking.
People used to tell me there should be violins playing for me at all times because I was such a sad person. That's why I went on to Give Up and Settle and asked for someone cheerful, optimistic, violin-free. Almost a perfect match. I got a chair full of domestic violence for me. Close enough.
We all know there's a lot of fish in the sea, but there's also a lot of people on land. You don't have to resort to fish yet. Just sign up to GiveUpAndSettle.com and find the settling soulmate you never even knew you wanted. We promise you, you will not regret it unless you do. It's completely free, money back guaranteed, so what have you got to lose? Sign up, give it a try, you might get a virus. GiveUpAndSettle.com, we'll see you there. See for yourself and find your perfect match today. It's fast, it's fun, it's not a real site. GiveUpAndSettle.com.
We're going to be talking about who you might want to end up with, and specifically requirements and character qualities for your future spouse. On the board out front, I would ask you guys the question about what are the things that you want in your future spouse. There were some fun answers, there were some ridiculous answers, there were some serious answers as well. We're going to work on being intentional with what we are looking for in our future spouse. Before we get to those categories, I wanted to find some of the worst examples possible of a possible future spouse. And so we're going to be looking at a Debbie and a Bobby. And the question is, do you want to end up with a Debbie or do you want to end up with a Bobby? Spoiler alert, the answer is no to both of those. But let me introduce you to Debbie.
Hello, my name is Debbie. This is my first attempt, at a eHarmony video. This is my first time at online dating, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like and hope I get some replies. So I am a recent MBA grad from Villanova. I love cats. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. Sorry, I really love cats. And I just want to hug all of them, but I can't, because that's crazy. I can't hug every cat. But I just want to. I'm sorry. I get, anytime I hear cat, I love cats. Promised myself I wouldn't cry. So anyway, I am a cat lover, and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I think about how many don't have a home and how I should have them. and how cute they are, and their ears, and the whiskers, and the nose. I just love them, and I want them, and I want them in a basket, and I want little bow ties. I want them to be on a rainbow and just in my bed, and I just want a house full of them, and I just want to still roll around. I can't. I can't.
Natanya said, I don't think she needs a boyfriend, she needs a cat. or many cats. Yeah, she did start off very strong. Yeah. The funny thing is, if she shows that video to people, I think she's only going to end up with cats her whole life. So that is Debbie. I dated her my freshman year. No, just kidding. Now, fellas, do you want to end up with a Debbie? You really like cats too? Honestly, when I asked that question, I was half expecting you guys to be like, well, maybe. Okay. Now for the ladies, do you want to end up with a Bobby? Here's Bobby.
This is Perfect Date dating service candidate Bobby Betronic.
Hi, my name is Bobby Betronic. I'll start getting back on dating girls. I got a lot to offer, looking for someone nice, and thank you for consideration.
Bobby, it'd be a good idea if you told the ladies what you have to offer them.
I know, I'm not good at talking myself up, though.
Well, if you want to date, you need to sell yourself, Bobby.
I know.
Well, what's your best attribute?
I got brains. I got big old brains. Like a dinosaur, I got dinosaur brains.
Okay, Bobby, dinosaurs had brains that were the size of a pea.
I know. Maybe I got a whole can of peas.
Okay, Bobby.
I got a case, I got a pallet, I got a whole warehouse of peas in my head. It's like, knock, knock, who's there? Peas.
Bobby, look, we need to find one thing that will make a girl want to date you.
I know.
Well, what are you good at?
Sex.
Sex.
I'm good at that. You like it. I'll keep you in the bedroom so long to put your face on the back of a milk carton.
Bobby.
Come looking for you. They
Bobby.
won't find you, though. You'll be gone like a ghost. You'll be like a sex ghost. Or come out on Halloween or Valentine's Day. Be like, knock, knock, who's there? Trick or treat, sex.
Bobby.
I know.
Listen to me.
I know.
We need to find out something positive about you.
I know.
Okay, so what qualities do you like in a woman?
I don't know.
Well, come on, Bobby. What's the one thing you like in a woman?
Boobies.
All right.
I like all boobies, medium, small, large, itty bitty. It's like, knock, knock, who's there? Trick or treat, itty bitty boobie.
Okay, Bobby, we're done.
I know.
Ladies, do you want to end up with a Bobby? No. He doesn't have great character qualities. The reason that we're talking about this is so that we can be intentional about who we end up with. Some of you may be going, Pastor Tom, I'm 12 years old, I'm 14 years old, I don't care about this, this doesn't apply to me, what's the point? I see too many people fall into relationships just because it just happens and they just end up being with someone. Remember a few weeks ago I told you about Susan for me in 9th grade and how I just sort of fell into the relationship and then all of a sudden we're dating and it's lasting 5 months. And 5 months later I'm going, what the heck happened? What am I doing? And the relationship ended terribly and there was a lot of pain and it was really a horrible experience. I don't want any of you to experience that. And I don't want you to be someone that does it to someone else, that has them experience it in their lives, which is why we're looking at being intentional. We're going to go through a bunch of different categories tonight, and then at the end, you guys are going to be able to go to your small groups. I have these sheets for you that you'll get on character traits and qualities that you are looking for in your future spouse. And so we're going to be asking the question, what do you want him or her to be like? And we're going to go through a bunch of questions. So the first category we have is spirituality. Do you want someone that goes to church? Do you want someone that prays? Do you want someone that has a relationship with God? What are your standards for this? Now, I told you guys that I'm couching everything in this series with the idea of Jesus. I believe that the first, most biggest, important decision that you can make is following Jesus, and then every other decision stems from that. Some of you may be here and go, that's not my cup of tea. I'm praying that that changes over time and that you will follow Jesus eventually. But if you're not, spirituality is still a big deal. If you have two people that are going in completely different spiritual directions, it's going to be a problem if they get together for marriage. So spirituality is important. The second one is personality traits. Do you like someone that's loud? Do you like someone that's quiet? Do you like someone that's shy? Do you like someone that is really funny? Or do you like someone that thinks that they're funny? Those are all important questions to ask. For example, you might be someone that is like, I want to chill. It's the evening. I want it quiet. We can hang out. We don't have to talk. It's great. And if she is running her mouth all the time, you're going to go, oh my gosh, she won't shut up. That won't really work for you. Or you might be someone that says, I need some liveliness, I need some entertainment, and all he does is sit there and he's boring. I'm like, can we do something, please? That is something that would not work for you. So you might need someone else to be more lively. So there are tons of different personality traits that you can look for in someone. For me, I needed a woman who was going to appreciate my sense of humor, even when my sense of humor was bad. And Katie can appreciate my sense of humor even when my humor is bad. She can laugh at the fact that it's so bad that it's funny, and that is something that we have together. I needed to be able to share humor with my wife, and thankfully we can do that. Next thing, the church he or she attends. If you are going to different churches, you need to have the discussion eventually of like, well, which church are we going to go to? I am blown away seeing couples today where they go to different churches. If they have kids, what is that going to look like? Which church is the kid going to go to? So you need to find a common ground. There's some churches that you go in and you're like, they're crazy. They're singing, they're dancing, they're jumping up and down. That's not my cup of tea. There's other churches you go into and it's like, did somebody die? It's quiet and it's dark and it's very solemn. So the church that he or she attends and wants to attend, that will have an impact on you. And it is separate from spirituality, because someone can be very spiritual or have a certain prayer life, a certain devotional life, but then the church can be completely different. So that is something to ask and look at. Education level or achievements. Do you want someone that got a high school degree? Do you not care about that at all? Do you want someone to be super smart and have a master's degree? They're going out to be a doctor or a lawyer. Some of these categories, you might be like, Pastor Tom, I don't care about this stuff at all. And that's okay. This is about your preferences. It's about figuring out the things that you like. For me personally, I wanted a woman that I could have an intellectual conversation with, which means at least a high school education, and also someone that was always learning. This isn't just about a piece of paper, a degree, or a school. This is about a state of mind. And maybe if you have someone that's like, I'm always looking at new YouTube videos to try to figure out how to do something, I want to learn this new hobby, I'm always about educating myself, you might look at that and be like, that's enough, stop, I don't want that. Or that might be something that you are attracted to. One of the biggest ones is interests and hobbies. You want something that you can share with your spouse. If you have completely different interests and hobbies, how are you going to hang out together? What are you going to do? It's going to be a boring relationship. You'll want to be with someone that you can do things with together. Whether it's watching certain movies, whether it's building something, whether it's enjoying an activity like going hiking or a sport or listening to certain music, whatever it might be. You want to make sure that someone is interested in the same things that you're interested in. It wouldn't be a deal breaker for me, but I want a woman that liked football, or at least could stand football. If she's like, I hate football, I can't stand it, I like watching football. It's something I like to do. I like to follow sports to some degree. If some people are like, I don't want my man to be interested in sports all the time, well, that might be a thing. There was a movie, I want to say, with Jimmy Fallon, where he's a Red Sox fan, and he gets involved with this girl, and it's over the winter, and everything seems fine and nice. And then as baseball season starts, she finds out that he's a fanatic. He goes to every single game, he goes to spring training, and he's always about the Red Sox. And it almost destroys their relationship. If she knew about that before, then she might go, maybe I don't want to get into this because he's a fanatic about this, needing to go to every single game. Whatever the interests or hobbies might be, you want to find some way to interlap. What are the things important to you that you would want to go, I would want my spouse to be at least interested in this, or at least they don't hate it. Because it could be something they're not interested in now, but they might be like, okay, sure, I can watch that, I can do that. If my wife was someone that said, I really like musicals. I don't like musicals, but I don't hate musicals. So I can watch them and talk about them and enjoy them to some extent. I'm not like, oh, musicals, but we still have something that we can share. Music, style, or ability. I am so glad that Katie did not go through this before she met me, because if she did, there's a good chance that we wouldn't have ended up together. Katie is all about music. She can play different instruments. She can sing. She knows so much about music theory. It's ridiculous. I can barely sing. And by I mean barely sing, some of you would be like, Pastor Tom, you can't sing at all. She adores music. I like music too. And there's some things I know about music, but I cannot play an instrument. Like I said, I can barely sing. And that might be something that you go, I want someone that they can share in that with me or do that sort of thing. Physical features. Before I get into this, I want to let you know this list and what we're talking about, this is for you. It's about what you like. So don't feel like you have to like something, put something on your list just because everyone else thinks it's something that you should like. And this goes for all categories. For me personally, I did not want someone that was 450 pounds. Now, when I've said that before, I've heard people say, PT, you're body shaming. And I'm like, I didn't say 250 pounds. I said 450 pounds. The reason why that is important for me was because I wanted someone that could keep up with me. I like to go out in nature. I like to hike. I like to do physical activities. If she's like, no, I don't want to, it's just, go ahead. I'm like, no, I want you to share this with me. She's not able to. That's kind of a deal breaker. Besides that, I kind of don't care. I've dated a whole bunch of different women, including like I've dated a couple big girls before, but they could still keep up athletically. It wasn't a big thing for me. Some of you, on the other hand, might go, Pastor Tom, I have a type in my head, and this is what it is, and I kind of want to keep it specific. That is fine for you. You're more than welcome to do that. But I would encourage you not to keep yourself hemmed in by this category, because physical features change. The older I get, the more I realize looking back, and I'm so grateful that my wife is like this, in addition to physical features, was how do they take care of themselves? Because if someone doesn't take care of themselves, I'm blown away when I look at people that I went to college with. It's been about 20 years since I went to college, but I could say that 10 years ago. I could even say it to some degree even 15 years ago, where I would be out of college and I would look back and I'd see this person on Facebook or online someplace, and I'd be like, whoa, what happened to them? They just sort of let themselves go. I want someone that cares about how they look and working towards a healthy body and being healthy, because if they're not healthy, that means that down the road there's going to be issues and there's going to be problems and it's going to be harder for them. I want to be walking on the beach at sunset when we're in our 70s. But if she's too big and can't do that, then, well, that's kind of a deal breaker for me. Oh, I forgot to ask. Who's into blondes? That's you? This is your type? Who likes redheads? Anyone like redheads? You like redheads? Well, there you go. Very right there. Who doesn't care about hair color? I know you care about eye color, but who doesn't care about hair color? Maybe this one might be for you. Oh yeah, brown eyes, there you go. This is your type. There are many different types of physical features. People change all the time. But to be honest, now this doesn't apply for the ladies, but for the guys, the ideal physical specimen right there, that is what it looks like. But you can appreciate beauty, right? Say yes. Say yes. Next category is vocational or ministry goals. Me, I'm a pastor. I have like specific ministry goals because I'm a pastor. But some of you might go, Pastor Tom, I'm not going to be a pastor. I'm not going to marry a pastor. That doesn't matter. That is not true. because you should still be involved in a church and doing something in a church. You should be serving some place. What would you want that person to be doing or involved in? Maybe you're like, oh, I don't care. I just want them to be involved or doing something. Or I would like someone that could do something with me. For me, I really wanted a wife that could work with me in the church. I feel really, really blessed because I know a ton of youth pastors where they just do their thing and their wife is not a part of it. I'm so blessed that Katie is with me almost every single youth night. I'm bouncing ideas off of her. She leads some ministries, like she's working with some of the teens with some of the music. I really love that. And I love the fact that was something that I said that I wanted early on before we got married. I was like, I want someone that's going to be involved with me in ministry. Vocational means job, by the way. So we have like job goals and ministry goals. I made it into one category. What do you want them to have job-wise? Maybe you don't care what they do. Maybe you're like, listen, I want to be a stay-at-home dad or I want to be a stay-at-home mom, which means that they need to have a job that will support that. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. But you have to have someone, you have to be in a relationship with someone that relationship would work. Where were we? Vocational ministry goals, yeah. What type of job do you want them to have? How busy do you want them to be? This could be something where you go, you know what? I don't care about that much. Or you're like, I really don't want someone that travels for a living. If he or she is gone every other week because they're traveling for business, I can't do it. That would be something for me. Actually, when I was making my list up, I was like, I don't want someone that travels for a living because I don't want them to be away from me. And so if they go to the oil rig for 3 months out of the year, like that would be a deal breaker for me. If there's someone that works 60, 70 hours a week, they want to be a doctor or a lawyer, I'd be like, sorry, that's not for me. I'm not interested in that. As you're putting these things together, you might not just be putting down things that you're looking for, you might be putting down things that you don't want as well. And so for me, I didn't want someone that was a workaholic that would not be ever available, that I would never be able to see because they're not at home. Next category, financial stability. This is not about how much money the person has. It's about how they handle money. This was a very, very big one for me. The reason for this was because I was going to be a pastor, and pastors don't make much money. We were very, very poor the beginning of our marriage. If Katie was like, you know what, I need a new pair of shoes this week, again, we would struggle in a relationship. Some people can be materialistic. If I had a woman that was like into, ooh, I want this and this and this, I'd be like, this is not going to work. If it was a woman that was like, oh, let's pay for this. Oh, no problem. Just get the credit card, swipe it. Like, debt, whatever. We can worry about debt later. That would not work. I know many people that got into ministry and then they had to leave to get another job doing something else because their finances didn't work out. I needed someone that was going to be able to work with me and understand that we need to work on things if this is going to work together. So if someone was like, debt is no problem, we can just spend whatever, that would be a deal breaker for me. Some of you go, I want someone that can provide enough for me and for our kids because I'm going to be a homemaker. That might be something. Some of you might go, I don't care about money at all in the least. Like, what if they spend tons of money and don't keep track of it? I don't care. It's whatever works for you. Next one is sexual purity. We're going to talk about this in a few weeks in more detail. I want to let you know, long story short, there is baggage that comes with sex. You might go, well, it doesn't matter because whatever I do now, it's not going to affect that person down the road. It will affect that person down the road, and they will have to deal with your baggage, and you will have to deal with their baggage. So if you're sexually involved with someone, it's something that your spouse is going to have to deal with. Now, some of you might go, I don't care. Whatever happened. We're with each other now, and that's all that matters. Some of you might go, I really want to be with someone who hasn't been with somebody else. That might be something that is important to you. If it's important to you, then put that down. If it's not important to you, then don't worry about it. For those of you that might be thinking different things about, well, does this mean that someone might not want me in this category, or how do I deal with this? We will be talking about this in a couple weeks. The next one we have is his or her relationship to my parents. How do they relate to your parents? This was a big one for me on my mom's side. I really didn't care what my wife thought about my dad because, well, my dad was a jerk and a terrible father and tons of other things. However, it was very important for me that my wife got along with my mom. If my mom did not like my wife or my wife didn't like my mom, there were going to be problems. My mom's an amazing woman. She's the best, and that needs to work. And if it doesn't work, no. Some of you are like, Pastor Tom, I don't care. They're marrying me. But if family's important to you, then you need to put that down. I see you nodding your head. You're like, yes, okay. So it's going to be more important for some of you than for others. The next one is his or her relationship to their parents. How do they get along with them? Ladies, I want to let you know that you need to see how the man treats his mom. Because how he treats his mom is going to be indicative of how he treats you down the road eventually. I see it almost all the time. If he yells at his mom, if he's mean to his mom, shut up, mom, I don't care. There's a very good chance that's going to translate to you. Guys, I have not seen necessarily the same thing for ladies and their relationship with their dad. If they are fighting with their dad, that means they're going to fight with you. I don't see that. But how important is it for you, for them to have a good relationship with their parents? For me, I didn't really care much at all because we make our own family. I kind of came from a dysfunctional family. I wanted her to get along with my mom because my mom was the best. But if you don't get along with your parents, and I still like you, I'm assuming it's probably because they're terrible. That's okay. We don't have to have a big relationship. I'm like, we make our family. But some of you are like, I want our family to grow. I want us all to be one big happy family. We all celebrate holidays together. What is important to you? Approximate age at time of marriage. We're going to talk about this a lot more in a couple weeks. But what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to travel? Do you want to teach English to kids in China? Do you want to build bridges in South America? Do you want to hunt bears in Russia? Do you want to go to school to be a lawyer or a doctor? There's not a wrong answer or a right answer for any of this, but it is something to consider. For me, I wanted to wait until I was 23 when I got married. Because when I was 23, I would have graduated from college. I'd be on my way to whatever my dream job would be. And so I said, I want to wait until that point. I saw some people get married in college. And while they got married in college, before they graduated, they got to a point where they were not financially stable and they had to drop out and they were not able to finish. Or they got to that point and they started ministry, but they're like, you know what, we're not stable, we're not steady enough, and they had to stop. When I first got hired for my first job, I was being paid $200 a week, and we'll try to figure out your housing. That was it. If I had a wife at that time, I could not have accepted that job. It would not have worked at all. There would be no way. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, I need to provide for my family. I am grateful that I accepted that job because it prepared everything else down the road for me, but I wouldn't have done that if I was in a relationship with someone else. So the question is, with whatever you want to do with your life, at what point would you like to see about getting married? Somebody like, Pastor Tom, I want to do a lot. I want to go to law school. I want to hunt bears in Russia. I want to travel, whatever it might be. Those are things that you might want to take care of before you get in a serious relationship with someone else. Some of you might say, well, I really don't care. I kind of want to start a family right away. I could get married at 19, 20 years old. That is fine too. It's about what is important to you. Nationality, ethnicity, or heritage. Pastor Tom, that's racist. How can you say something like that? That doesn't matter at all. Hear me out for a second. Some of you, this might be very important because you say, you know what, my heritage is very important to me. I'm from Ghana and I have this history and I want to share it with someone else from Ghana. I want to raise kids that are from Ghana. That's what I want to do. That is fine. If you have a heritage or a history or ethnicity, something that you want or you desire that you want to pass on with someone else, that is okay to want and desire. Some of you might be like, I don't care. For me, I don't care. It doesn't matter at all. But some of you might go, no, I really want someone, that can help carry on my Greek heritage. Or maybe you don't care at all. It is something to ask and wonder about because you might go, it is important to me. It is okay if it's important to you. It's not racist. You're like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. That is fine. So don't feel bad if that's something you want. It's okay to put that down as something that you're interested in. Some of these, by the way, might be preferences. You might go, I kind of would like this, but it's not a big deal. That's okay. Put it down. It's something to think about and to look at, but it's not something that, you meet someone and you go down the list and you're like, oh, you don't like this movie? Well, we're done. Like, don't consider it like that. This is just helping you be intentional with figuring out who you might want to date. Finally, we have other areas of importance to me. This is when someone wrote on the board that they wanted someone with a motorcycle. Maybe by that you mean you want someone that is adventurous, or they like to work with their hands and can be a mechanic, work with a bike. I don't know what it might be. You guys have something in mind that you really want. This could be a really specific thing where you're like, listen, they need to be a Bills fan. If they're not a Bills fan, we're done. I seriously, when I was in college, was scared that I was going to fall in love with a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. But ultimately, I didn't care because I said, you know what, if she likes football, that's good. If she likes the Steelers, then okay, I can deal with it if I have to. But that's just one thing. Maybe there's a certain movie that you like. Maybe there's a certain place that you're like, I really want them to like this. Maybe there's an activity you like to do. It's important to me that they are into chess. I don't know, whatever it is. This is specific for you. For me, I really want someone that likes Star Wars, also likes Harry Potter, hates the Yankees, a woman that can drive stick, and then also someone that can handle herself in a bar fight. These were all very important things to me. Yes, that's a joke. Well, actually, wait, she could probably actually she can't drive stick, but it's one thing. I can't drive stick either. But yeah, she can do everything. This one time we went to this bar, and no, just kidding. I had a 3-page list that I made up when I was 22 years old. One of the things that I put on the list was I wanted someone that liked watching movies. And you're like, Pastor Tom, that sounds really lame. That's not important at all. Why is that important? I like watching movies. I like stories. I like getting involved. I like the idea of story. Like a good story is important to me. I had a friend. She was really awesome. She loved Jesus. She was talented musically. She played volleyball, just really smart, brilliant, kind as can be, passionate, served in the church. She could not shut up during movies. I hated it. We could never work for that thing. Like, it was that bad. I'm like, I want to watch story. She did not have the attention span. We'd be like, so what about this guy? This is like, you know what? I remember this, and this reminds me of this story. And I was like, okay, stop, pause. Okay, we talk, and then we go, keep going. If you're going to talk, I'm pausing so that we can talk. She would want to talk the whole time. It would not work. So for me, that would actually be a deal breaker because she just would not shut up during the movie. What are the things that are important to you? What are the things that you like besides these other character qualities and traits that we talked about? We're going to break into small groups. Before we do that, I want you to think of your crush. I want you to think of your boo, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Some of you go, Pastor Tom, I don't have any of that. Maybe you have a celebrity crush. Now, some of you might be going, vocational goals. I want someone who's an actor, and they look really good in a Spider-Man suit, and they're in Marvel movie. You're thinking of Tom Holland. Don't do that. I don't want you to be pulling out characteristics from a person and just being like, oh, there's this person. What are all the things I can write down about them? No. There might be someone that you like, and you're like, oh, I like this about them, and this is something I would want. But are you putting it down just because it fits them? Don't do that. I don't want you to do that. Don't try to fit whoever you're interested in to these character traits and qualities. Like, I want someone whose name starts with a K. No, don't be like that. For those of you that are not married or engaged, I want you to start with a blank slate. That being said, if you're in a relationship with someone else, do not feel bad about writing down something that is not one of their character traits or qualities, because no one is perfect. The purpose of this exercise is for you to pause and go, what do I actually want in my future spouse. This is not what you want in a boyfriend or a girlfriend. This is what you want in your spouse. Instead of just diving into relationships with no standards or expectations.